This creamy mustard sauce recipe is bright and full of flavor. It's my go-to when I'm having people over and I want to make something easy but special. The first step is to take care of our pork tenderloin. Then I'll show you the sauce recipe, and I'm going to show you one of my favorite side dishes when we're having people over. To get started with this recipe, we need to prep our pork tenderloins. The first thing we're going to do is trim the silver skin and fat off of our pork tenderloin. Basically, anything that's on here that I don't want to eat goes. Then we are going to drizzle it with some olive oil or avocado oil. Then we're going to season it. Now I have a blend of salt, pepper, onion, garlic, mustard powder, and paprika. The details are in the description below. I also have this QR code that you can scan if you want to head to the recipe, or use the link in the description. However you need to get your information, I got you covered. I have my pellet grill set to 375. It's been preheating while we were prepping our pork tenderloins. Now we're gonna get them on the grill grates and shut the lid. They're gonna cook for 30 to 35 minutes total, or until it reaches an internal temperature of 145 degrees. While the pork tenderloins cook out on the grill, we're gonna make our creamy mustard sauce. We start by adding a tablespoon of butter to a medium-sized skillet set over medium-high heat. And then we add a half a cup of dry white wine. Next up is 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard and about a teaspoon of onion powder. After that, we're going to bring this up to a good bubble, and we're going to stir it really well to break up that mustard. You might want to use a whisk to cut through that and make sure it's all really well combined. After the white wine has cooked off for about 3 minutes, add a half a cup of good chicken stock. You can adjust the temperature if you need to, but what we need is for this to reduce for a little bit. So we're going to let it bubble for a while and thicken up before we get on to the next stage. So about 10 minutes like this. So we've been at this for about 15 minutes now. That means it's time to go flip the pork tenderloin, give them a quick check. They're looking real good. So we're going to flip them over, close that lid, and then come back in another 15 minutes. Good things are happening. You can see how much our sauce has reduced. That means it's time to add a half a cup of heavy cream. This recipe is really easy to follow. All of my liquids are a half a cup, and I love that for me because I can be forgetful. You're going to add that cream, give it a nice good stir, and we're going to continue to let it bubble. It's going to thicken, it's going to activate and come together so it's velvety smooth. So our cream sauce is nice and bubbling. It's coming together beautifully. The last thing we're going to add in is about a half a teaspoon of honey. And the reason we're going to do that is to take the edge off the Dijon, not to add an overall sweetness to the sauce or make it feel like a honey mustard. It's just to kind of balance out that sharp mustard flavor. We need to lower the heat just a smidge to about a 4 or 5 on your burner. We're going to let it cook for another 5 to 8 minutes before we shut off the heat. Now it's time for a simple side dish. We are going to roast some potatoes and some carrots. One reason why I like this for having company over is because I can easily adjust the quantity based on how many people I have come over. So I have some Yukon Gold and some baby red potatoes along with some carrots that we are going to slice and get into a big mixing bowl so I can drizzle it with some oil and then season it. For the seasoning, I'm using the same combination that I used on that pork tenderloin, but I am going to add some dry thyme and parsley. So it gets a little bit more of that herby flavor, but it pairs really well since it has that garlic, onion, and mustard powder as we have on our pork tenderloin. Spread them out on a big sheet pan lined with parchment. Nobody wants to do dishes. This is meant for an easy cleanup, especially when you have people coming over and you're drinking wine. Nobody wants to do dishes when we're done. Spread them out in an even layer. Pop them in your oven set to 375. They are going to cook for 20 minutes. After that, we're going to come by and we're going to give them a stir on that pan because we want as many of these edges to get that caramelized taste as we can. After you do that, close that door back up and let them go for another 25 minutes. When they come out, they are going to be tender on the inside, but just slightly kissed with a golden brown on the outside. We are looking so good. The sauce is just the right amount of thickness that I want. It's looking nice and creamy. Our pork tenderloins out on our grill have reached an internal temperature of 145 degrees almost, so they're going to go for just another 2 minutes, and then I think they will be ready. I can remove them. We're going to keep them on a plate, and we're going to cover them with foil. I want them to rest for at least 5 to 10 minutes before slicing them and letting those flavorful juices run all over the place. Okay, so we're in the final stretch. Our sauce has thickened to the level I want it. A word of caution, it will continue to thicken and tighten up as it cools. So if it looks a little less tight than you want it, it will continue to thicken up as it cools. But we're gonna check for seasoning. So I'm gonna do it with some salt and some pepper. When you weren't looking, I minced a little parsley. Stir that in. Yeah, as it cools, it comes together. And we don't want this to be a heavy sauce. We want it to be a very pourable, kind of light sauce. Grab a quick taste. So good. In fact, now that my veggies are done, let's check a potato. One thing that's really good about this is the charred caramelized edges of our roasted potatoes and carrots with that bright hit of Dijon sauce. It's a heavenly combination, one that will impress everyone you have over. We're good. Let me show you how I get everything on the table. I pour the sauce into a little serving jar. I will link to these in the description below. You can either leave it in the sauce or you can pour it directly over the sliced pork tenderloin. It's super cute. Either way you do it. And then we've got our roasted veggies in a big serving bowl. And from here we can slice our pork tenderloin so we can start eating. If this is a dinner that you're serving to friends or family that you're having over, you might want to put it on a big serving plate and drizzle it with your mustard sauce. If not, obviously you're just going to serve it from the cutting board because it's perfect for a weeknight meal. It's so easy. Either way, finish strong with some minced parsley. It just makes it look like you know what you're doing. Bam, there you have it. Easy dinner, good for having people over. I love having people over for dinner. I made this a couple weeks ago for my mother-in-law and her friend who was visiting. They absolutely loved it. And I just love cooking for them in general because they're always so complimentary. I can't wait to share this with her friend Diana. She always likes talking to me about recipes and what I'm working on. It's bright, it's different. Okay, so a couple notes. If you want to do this with this sauce with more than one kind of protein, you can do a pork tenderloin and some grilled chicken breast or some salmon. That's also another really good combination. Okay, we did the links. Oh, head over to fancyaproncooking.com. You can check out this post for recipe modifications, some little tweaks and some more tips that I have for you, like saving and reheating instructions. Also, with this QR code, you can go to my subscribe page for my weekly emails. They're free. I'll send you new recipes and I'll let you know when new videos come out, along with some seasonal stuff that goes on for parties and holidays. But let's try it real quick. So good. So if you love cooking and having people over, or if you feel like you're not that good at cooking but you want to be, you should subscribe. I love sharing recipes for holidays, entertaining parties, making core memories. I want to take the stress out of that for you. We have enough to deal with as it is in this busy world, but if I can help you just a little bit, plan, make some easy recipes for the people that you love, then that is really what I'm here for. So do that, and I will see you next time.